Well, once again, I'm looking all blurry. I have no idea why it's all fuzzed out like that. I really don't. Bizarre. I must have touched something. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm back on today because I've continued to consider the 501c3 taxation, all that stuff. So what did I do? I read the Constitution last night. And then I read the amendments. I did. There's a lot of stuff in there. I'm so grateful for the Bill of Rights because it's a lot less complicated. So here are my conclusions for what they're worth. The Constitution does permit freedom of speech, freedom of assembly. We as the church, those who love Jesus, can get together as often as we want to and praise his name and worship him. We're afforded that through the Constitution. The Constitution also provides and gives the Senate the right to impose taxation upon the states, and that's that. The Internal Revenue Service is an agency that is not a part of the United States. It's an outside agency, but it is under the Department of Treasury, which is a part of the United States. And they've been contracted to collect the taxes given through the constitutional authority of the Senate to do so. As to whether the Internal Revenue Service is legal or illegal, it is an entity that has been created to collect the taxes that are constitutional. They are, y'all. And the Department of Treasury oversees their activities, or is supposed to. Whether they do or not, I don't know. I don't know. God hopes, I hope to God that they do oversee them. So, where does that leave the church, the 501c3 non-profit status, blah, 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 and the 508c1a, which retains the non-profit status for churches, ministers, parachurch organizations, etc., ministries, but doesn't command that they keep their mouth shut and stay out of politics. Both of those are tax codes. Both of those are tax codes in the Internal Revenue Service tax code. The beef or the truth that the Internal Revenue Service also acknowledges as nonprofit the Church of Satan and collects money from other things that we as Christians, Bible-believing, Jesus-loving Christians, know are immoral, unethical, obscene, and more. That is true. So then, how is being a nonprofit and being sheltered from taxation by this entity helpful? That is also sheltering evil and criminal acts and moral pulchritude and more. I have decided for myself, I land on the side of cat cur. Imagine that! I'm very cat curry-ish anyway. And I do love curry, by the way, but I'm very cat cur-ish anyway. That we might as well be for profit, pay taxes like anybody and everybody else, except for those who are seeking shelter under the IRS from taxation, which is constitutional in the first place, and just go after it that way. That way we're not a part of blessing obscene and ugly things because we so don't want to have to pay taxes. What the heck? It does cost money to run a government. Those are the brutal facts. And the job of the government is to protect and defend the people. That's one of the jobs. Military intelligence and equipping costs bucks. So there you go. That's how I landed after reading the Constitution, the amendments, and so on, and lots of opinions out there. That's where I landed. I will say that I love Mark Taylor, the fireman that the Lord began to speak prophecies to when he didn't even know what was going on. I think he's awesome, but the times that I've tried to jump in and listen to him speak on this particular topic, I have not landed on a YouTube where that conversation was not really, really argumentative. And I'm a peace-loving sort. I'm a lover kind of girl. And so I was not able to finish and listen to it. I'm sure he has some brilliant things to say about it. But that's just where I landed. So I thought I would add this so that people don't think that that my final opinion was the one yesterday. And because I'm giving guidance in a public arena, I want to clarify that. That's why. So thank you very much. I love Kat Kerr. I love the idea of just going ahead and being for profit, paying your taxes constitutionally, just like you're supposed to do. Unless you're at the poverty level, which some of us are. God bless America. God bless the Lord.